If you know anything about nutrition and exercise, you know that if you want strong bones, ligaments, tendons, muscles, hair, teeth, skin, nails, whatever, you need the 5 types of collagen in your diet. You can grab that through BioTrust. This stuff is awesome, guys. Click on the link in the description. If you don't know anything about it, you can watch a couple of the videos and get up to speed, but do yourself a favor and grab some.
It's all a distraction. You've got to stay focused on what matters.
It's all a distraction. You've got to stay focused on what matters.
What's this? The ray of a truthful statement coming out of MSLSD? You're absolutely right, Morning Joe Schmo. It's all a distraction, and you guys are the masters of deception. Has the sky-high hypocrisy of MSLSD, CNN, Twitter, and Donald Trump, and the B-rated performances of all 3 parties in this massive psychological operation stage show really fallen on deaf ears and mainstream media deadened minds? What's happening is so obvious it's painful to even keep uttering. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. CNN and all mainstream media, which is soundly in the back pocket of the bankers, is and has been operating as the propaganda arm for the military-industrial complex virtually since their inception. They love violence, generate clicks and make a handsome living off of violence, and have, as a result of that love of violence, supported every major war that has come down the pike, up to and including the weapons of mass destruction lie, the Desert Storm lie, the Afghanistan lie, the continuation of the Gulf of Tonkin Vietnam deception, the drug war lie, the hundreds of CIA cover-ups, and countless other proofs that they love and depend on in their promotion and propagation of violence through deceptive so-called journalistic practices, which isn't true journalism at all. So all this virtue signaling against Trump's so-called violent tweet where he said when the looting starts, the shooting starts, is all smoke and mirrors to keep the theater audience interested enough to keep buying tickets to the show. Twitter has also shown its true colors as a Silicon Valley oligarchy pushing the globalist agenda. These sinister technocrats have revealed their hand so many times as it relates to promoting warmongering psychopaths like Obama, Soros, Israel, Bloomberg, the Bilderbergs, the Rockefellers, and international banking interests that it boggles the mind to think that people could still get sucked into any WWE faker than Tammy Faye Baker verbal wrestling match between Twitter and Trump. And that brings us to Donald J. Trump, the third major pawn on the oligarch's chessboard. If you can watch this guy sign away the life, property, and laboring energies of unborn generations to the tune of $6.2 trillion.
Now I'm going to sign this, and it's a great honor. $6.2 trillion. I've never signed anything with a T on it. I don't know if I can handle this one, Mitch. We can't chicken out at this point, can we? I don't think so, huh? All right, thank you all.
As a massive bailout for the corporations and the bankers, and not believe, but know for certain that he's a sold-out banker puppet playing on the same side in this vaudeville act between he and Twitter and CNN and MSLSD. There's really no getting through to you at this point. With him signing off on more favoritism towards Zionist Israel, approval of civil asset forfeiture, massive fiscal increases in the military and prison industrial complexes, continuation of the drug war, his history of actually being bailed out by none other than, get this guys, the Rothschilds banking cartel, his blatant trampling of individual rights by increasing the powers of the federal bureaucracy, he himself has made it clear that he's just another banker-controlled pawn on this huge monopoly chessboard. Twitter, CNN, and Trump are bought by the bankers, owned by the bankers look out for the interests of the bankers and do the bidding of the bankers. And that bidding is to distract, deceive, and divide the unthinking, easily controlled lemmings that have not anchored their souls to rock-solid principles or to the bedrock of morality. People who don't act with virtue as a standard for their life are easy to divide and conquer. And that's why the founders said things like, "No people will tamely surrender their liberties, nor can any be easily subdued when knowledge is diffused and virtue is preserved." On the contrary, when people are universally ignorant and debauched in their manners, they will sink under their own weight without the aid of foreign invaders. You can easily blow them over with the deceptions of a CNN and an obvious stage show between Trump and Twitter, while the bankers, corporations, and their political puppets work in broad daylight to take away their lives, fortunes, and whatever's left of their sacred honor. This stage show is apparently so convincing for some that the dumb sheep are out there demanding that their ruler take away even more of their rights and property as long as their team is the one doing the liberty trampling. The founders also wrote, "A general dissolution of principles and manners will more surely overthrow the liberties of America than the whole force of the common enemy. While the people are virtuous, they cannot be subdued. But when once they lose their virtue, then they will be ready to surrender their liberties to the first external or internal invader." So to summarize, Twitter is bought and owned by the bankers. All of corporate media is bought and owned by the bankers. Trump is bought and owned by the bankers. Now, all you have to do is figure out whose side you're on, Team Banker or Team Humanity. And if we don't get together on this soon, I guess we'll be seeing each other behind the razor wire of our new home in the re-education camps. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support more content like this, grab one of these hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirts from the store. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.
Deaf and dumb thespians take the silent stages. With their cobweb throats, they can't sing any notes, so the audience begins dispersing. The actors get pissed, they start cursing. They're tired of rehearsing. They're ready to do the damn show. They're ready to go. You know what I mean? Fuck the quarantine. Fuck COVID-19. Fuck a fucking vaccine. Social engineering at the center stage. About to go full circle when we turn the page. Miss Deborah Burks, you old bitch, putting COVIDs on obits and certificates. It's ridiculous. We should be enraged and irate at our newfound fate and change the current state of mind controls. As Mr. Gates pulls the levers of power from his ivory tower, he is a Zionist, a mad scientist. With unlimited funds, we need to run or we need to get some more guns. And we need to do that shit while it's possible, cause pretty soon I swear it's not gonna be optional. Are you hearing me? The wealthy be stealthy, ushering in this tyranny. I don't want a mask, give me an Uzi.